Welcome back. This video section is going to be geared toward bankruptcy. Many people and lenders view bankruptcy as a very bad word. The truth is, it is actually there to help people when warranted. Most people think that their credit is way worse than it really is. And this is why we created this program, to teach everyone exactly how credit works and what to do about it if you have had some bumps in the road. This problem is many people file bankruptcy when they were better off removing inaccurate and obsolete accounts, settling some debts, and rebuilding their credit the right way. Trust me, many bankruptcy attorneys out there will persuade you to file bankruptcy even if it's not your best option. Bankruptcy attorneys get paid to file bankruptcies. But is bankruptcy actually right for you? What options do you have? Now keep in mind, I am not an attorney, and this is not legal advice. The information provided is to help you make the decision that's best for your financial future. So in consumer law, there are typically two types of bankruptcy, Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. We are going to teach you the difference between both and explain the reasoning pros and cons to both chapters as well. It's very easy to get yourself in financial trouble. Like we said before, they don't teach this in high school. Many times we have had to make mistakes before learning the right way. Some get into more trouble than others, and it does vary for each. And it definitely depends on how much debt you have, what is your current situation, what is your income, and what is your ability to pay back any debts. So a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, this will typically cost between about $700 and $2,000. A Chapter 7 will relieve you from almost all debt obligations. Typically, student loans and certain debts cannot be included in a bankruptcy. If you do qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, once the attorney costs and the filing fees is paid, you will be given a court date to appear in front of a judge and possibly your creditors. This is called the 341 meeting of the creditors. The judge will review your situation and proceed with the bankruptcy process, and will recommend mediation or mandate that you actually enter into a Chapter 13 program. There will probably be some credit and financial counseling classes you have to complete no matter which route you go. If you are granted the Chapter 7 bankruptcy, after the 341 meeting, your bankruptcy will normally discharge within 60 to 90 days. A good attorney should advise you to check your credit reports to ensure that everything is reporting accurately after you discharge. During any bankruptcy, any debts you have will be included. The credit furnisher may give you an option to reaffirm on a debt. When you reaffirm on a debt, you basically agree to assume the loan and continue paying as agreed. Some credit furnishers will offer this, some will not. Most often than not, you will be allowed to keep necessity items such as an automobile or a home. All other accounts will be closed, and those credit furnishers can no longer hold you responsible for that debt. When reviewing your credit report after a bankruptcy, you want to make sure that all of the accounts included in the bankruptcy are reporting as closed, and all the debts on your credit report are reported as zero. There is a time to rebuild, and we will talk about that shortly. A Chapter 13 bankruptcy is an agreement to pay back certain debts. If your income is over a certain threshold, you may be forced to pay back certain debts. Most Chapter 13 bankruptcies are a 3 to 5 year repayment program. Your attorney will negotiate with your creditors for a reduced settlement and a reduced interest rate. The judge will take those debts and your income into account and determine how much your monthly repayment will be, along with how long your bankruptcy term. All financial decisions during that term of a Chapter 13 bankruptcy have to be approved by your trustee and possibly even your attorney. It is imperative that you make your monthly bankruptcy payment on time. One missed payment could put you in jeopardy. And a dismissed bankruptcy for failure to comply or failure to pay hurts worse, almost more than anything. The good news, you can rebound and you can rebuild from a bankruptcy. Many people think it takes years to rebuild, but the truth is you can rebuild really quickly if you know what you're doing. So once you're discharged from your bankruptcy, you will review your credit reports. The accounts you included in your bankruptcy They will remain on your credit report for another 7 years. Now is the time to challenge and rebuild. You will want to dispute any errors or inaccuracies that you find on the 3 credit reports. From then, now it's time to start rebuilding your credit. Many lenders will offer you credit cards and lines of credit to rebuild directly after a bankruptcy, but be very careful because they know that you can't file another bankruptcy for another 7 years. The goal is to rebuild and move past these credit mishaps. If you can remove any of those negative accounts from your credit report, even better. Bankruptcies can actually be removed as well. We'll come out with a video showing how you actually remove bankruptcies. Building credit after a bankruptcy is the same process we discussed earlier. Open new and positive credit. Make payments on time. Have a mixture of credit. Keep inquiries at a minimum. Obtain a credit card or secure credit card. Keep your balances low and keep on keeping on. Many people do not realize that you can rebuild your credit as fast as you can with the proper tools and education we are providing. You can buy a home 24 months after you discharge if you rebuild the right way. So now you should have a better understanding of bankruptcies. Look, everybody gets one, whoops. But a multiple and dismissed bankruptcies are credit killers. You need to seek legal counsel to determine if a bankruptcy is right for you. The good news, even if you do end up filing a bankruptcy, there is light at the end of the tunnel, especially if you know what you're doing.